So we just got to Dubrovnik. We came here to take a ferry since we have a ferry that takes cars to go to Hvar. And it's so beautiful. We just arrived in this small town. Everybody's at the beach, but it's also like, you know, mountains behind the beach, and you have the nature, the cicadas that are doing a concert. It's so relaxing, so beautiful. Our boat is approaching. We are excited for our next adventure. It's going to be in Hvar. We're going to be there for a few days, and we're going to take you with us.
About to get on the ferry. Hello. Thank you.
Welcome to the Hvar!
Hvar is a stunning island in Croatia with a rich history, vibrant culture and amazing natural beauty. Its fascinating history begins with the ancient Greeks in the 4th century BC, when they established the colony of Faros, now known as Starigrad. Following the Greeks, the island saw periods of Roman and Byzantine rule. In the 13th century, Hvar came under Venetian control, which lasted until the 18th century, significantly shaping its architecture and culture. Throughout its history, Hvar has been a strategic maritime hub, known for its trade, agriculture, and later its thriving tourism industry.
Allora, che c'è di buono?
Pesce.
Pesce?
Sì.
What fish do you
What
recommend?
fish?
Oggi c'è pesce di prima classe San Pietro, scorfano, coda di rospo, dentice, branzino.
So tonight we are at Macondo. We got into Hvar. It's like so humid, we're like melting. But they say that's the weather before it starts raining, so hopefully we'll get some rain. But we came to this alley, and it's like a narrow alley, but the restaurant is right there. And we ordered this fish stew that is a national dish of Croatia. And we got also some appetizer, but the stew takes like 20 minutes to come, so we're gonna share it when it comes. We also got a very dry white wine from this region that I don't know how to. Oh, God's gift. God's gift, it means.
God given.
God given.
How do you pronounce
Bog.
Bogdanusha. Bogdanusha. Perfetto. Which is a very nice wine to drink in this weather. And the place is really, really beautiful. This is smoked tuna on a bed of salad. I think it's arugula with some lemon. Light and fresh. I'm excited. It's gonna be fish tonight because they said that. I'm sorry, this is so ugly. It's gonna be fish. That's why I'm holding it, because with summer clothes, this mic is not very flattering. But this place is known for fish, so they recommended that we order fish dishes. Benissimo. I love it. So good.
Questo è pesce, patate, cipolla, petrosimulo e olio di oliva. E questo bollito tutto insieme.
Insieme.
Questo è specifico per Isola Hvar. Tutte isole c'è un po' di differenza.
So our soup is here, and you heard the explanation, how it's done, and there are different variations from place to place. So we are so excited to try it. The smell is intoxicating. Oh my god. It's really, really good. It's very, very like a comfort food. And even with this heat, I think it's perfect. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit obsessed with this wine from Hvar, Bogdanoja. But I'm eager to have this amazing smelling soup aggregata. When you were eating this, I was really salivating. Wow.
I literally had to beg Andrea to pretend that he's eating, so that I was not the only one like cleaning the bowl, because it is so delicious that I just ate everything and I was still eating. And I was not even eating the bread, but at some point I even put the bread in there. I had the food with the bread, but it's really, really, really delicious. This version, it's so clean, it's so tasty. There are 3 different kinds of fish in it, and with this amazing wine that we showed you earlier, it's perfect.
We ordered this traditional dessert, which is honey cookie, which came with prosciutto, not to be confused with the Italian prosecco, because this is a sweet wine, and you're supposed to dunk this like this and enjoy it. It's lovely, because I thought that the cookie was going to be crunchy like a biscotto, whereas it's soft, and it's even softer once you dunk it in the prosciutto. And the more you bite into it, the more the prosciutto flavors also opens up in your mouth. It's really pleasant. And with that, we bid you good night. Cheers.
Good morning from the beautiful island of Hvar. We are starting our show this morning from this beautiful fortification that is perched on top of the city. We thought it would be fitting to start here, because these kind of places show you just how important it was at a certain time to have a very strong defense over your city, especially when you are in this kind of strategic location where you can be invaded from the sea. So seeing this huge structure with the cannons ready to go, you cannot help but be transported into the history of this place. This is also one of the most beautiful views over the city. You can see the Pakleni Islands, you can see the terracotta roofs of the whole city. It's just a beautiful place and a very historic place.
Fortizza, also known as Spagnola, is a commanding structure perched high above our town. Built in the early 16th century, this fortress was constructed to defend the town from Ottoman attacks and pirate raids. The fortress itself is a Renaissance military architecture, featuring thick stone walls, lookout towers, and a collection of cannons. Inside, there's a small museum displaying historical artifacts, including ancient amphorae and other relics salvaged from shipwrecks around the island. We are going to visit the Cathedral of St. Stephen, right in the center of Hvar in the main square. This is a beautiful Roman Catholic cathedral with Gothic and Renaissance architecture. The Cathedral of St. Stephen stands prominently on the eastern side of the city square, at the far end of the piazza, where the two parts of our town converge. It was built on the site of an early 6th century Christian church and a later Benedictine convent dedicated to St. Mary. The church contains many important Gothic, Renaissance and Mannerist art and relics. At the entrance to the presbytery there are two pulpits that belong to the old cathedral from the 12th century in the style of late Gothic with some elements of Romanic period. The altar of Our Lady of Dolorous is interesting because it holds a picture within a picture. The outer painting was done by Grapinelli in 1742, and the one within, Pietà, is thought to have been painted by a Spanish artist, Juan Bosquetus, around 1520. At the altar of Our Lady of Carmel, by the master painter Leonardo Negri, there is a remarkable painting full of Renaissance and Baroque period details. In the center of the painting, framed in gold, you can see a very beautiful icon from the 13th century, one of the older such icons in Croatia. Lastly, make sure to visit St. Prosper's Chapel, where you will find the sarcophagus of the patron of Hvar town, St. Prosper, made in 1859, and the tomb of the Bishop of Hvar, Juraj Dubokovic, who died in 1874.
Hvar has one of the oldest theaters in all Europe. It's from 1612 and it's located in the center of the square. And we are so excited to visit this monument because it just talks to the artistic past of the city.
Hvar Theatre, also known as the Arsenal Theatre, located in the heart of Hvar town, is a beautiful example of Renaissance design, featuring elegant arches, a spacious auditorium, and intricate decorations. Established in 1612, it's one of the oldest public theaters in Europe. This remarkable venue was built on top of the Arsenal, a large structure used for ship repair and storage, reflecting Hvar's maritime heritage. The theater's creation was driven by the local nobility and citizens, who sought to promote cultural life and provide a space for artistic expression. Over the centuries, it has undergone several renovations and restorations to preserve its historical integrity and ensure its continued use. Right next to the theater, you can visit the Arsenal, which is now used for art exhibitions and events. You can get a ticket at the theater that includes both entrances. When we visited the Arsenal, we were lucky enough to see an exhibition called Shipyard, Town and Sea by Willem Halpert, a multimedia contemporary artist. If you are a fan of history and art, you must visit the Franciscan Monastery. Established in 1461, this monastery houses a museum with ancient artifacts, including an impressive 16th century painting of the Last Supper. Within the peace and quiet of the monastery walls, you can enjoy a rich display of museum exhibits, including collections of Greek, Roman and Venetian coins, liturgical items, an atlas by ancient cartographer Ptolemy, and rare amphorae. The monastery also houses paintings by Venetian artists such as Francesco Santacroce and Palma Jr. One of its most magnificent pieces is a breathtaking painting of the Last Supper. Some critics attribute this masterpiece to Matteo Ingoli of Ravenna, while others believe it belongs to the school of Palma Jr. Adding to the monastery's charm is a 300-year-old cypress tree in its garden, another feature that makes this place famous. We just got a private boat to get to Palmigiana Beach. It's just a 10-minute boat ride and we're very excited to go. The weather is gorgeous, it's just mid-afternoon. The sun is shimmering on the water. I'm sure we are in for a treat.
It is one of the beaches that is on the Paclani Islands. We are very excited to go there. We missed the taxi timing, which was mainly in the morning, but now we took a private boat to go there. But you can just take a taxi boat from the port here, very close, and go directly there.
So far, this area of Palmisana is really beautiful. Pine cones on the floor, pine needles, beautiful smell of Mediterranean herbs.
So one thing we were dying to do on Hvar Island is to try the wine that's renowned, and also it has a very ancient history since the Greek time. So we came to Pomic Winery, which is a winery that produces this wines that we've been drinking a lot. We really liked it, so we're very excited to visit it.
Winemaking in Hvar has a long and storied tradition, dating back to ancient times when the Greeks settled on the island in the 4th century BC. Today, Hvar is renowned for its exceptional wines, particularly those made from native grapes varieties such as Plavac Mali and Bogdanusha. Plavac Mali, a descendant of the ancient Zinfandel grape, produces robust red wines with rich flavors and high tannins. Winemakers like Zlatan Otok and Tomic have gained international acclaim for their Plavac Mali wines, which reflect the island's unique terroir. The island's commitment to sustainable and organic farming practices ensures that Hvar's wines are not only delicious, but also environmentally friendly. As a result, Hvar continues to be a prominent player in the Croatian wine scene, attracting wine lovers from around the world to its beautiful vineyards and historic cellars.
So cart goes here, chip facing down, either here for tasting the reds. We usually recommend to start from the lighter area, where you have one rosé, 3 different whites, 4 different reds, and for the end you have a liqueur which is quite specific out of carob and sage mixture, and a sweet traditional still dessert wine. This is one small private family tradition winemaking business which is owned and founded by Mr. Andro Tomic, who was born and raised here on the island, and basically this is his own family tradition for a couple of generations. So the most common white grape for this whole wine region, which includes a couple of different islands with some of the southern Croatia coastline, is definitely Plavac Mali grape, so which we produce only on a clean version, but also some of the blended versions with little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon that we have, but in organic biodynamic production of the controlled environment, just our own vineyard. But signature wines like big, bold, complex, full body types of dry reds with little bit higher alcohol, around 15%, are actually produced on a years that's a little bit higher insolation. So for sure I recommend to taste Plavac Mali Barik. Currently it is available 2018, which was actually released 1 month ago. So these wines definitely need a little bit more time in order to become very smooth, velvety, but still a little bit heavier, complex, and very tasty aromatic wines. Okay. And when we talk about the white varieties, we have vineyards of Bogdanusha and Poship. So Bogdanusha is actually island Hvar's authentic grape variety, which means that it grows just here, not even on the neighbor islands. And this one is quite specific. It has a little bit higher grape acidity compared to its own grape residual sugar. That's why you will taste a lot of minerality, refreshing notes. And these wines are always some sort of aperitif, light white wines, which are usually made just in stainless steel tanks. So this is one of the most famous, actually, Prošek productions of the whole country, which is named Petar Hektorović, by our famous Renaissance poet and writer that actually is coming out of Starigrad.
Tonight for our last night in Hvar. We are here at Mediterraneo, a restaurant that we've been meaning to try here, and this is a historic restaurant. Where we are right now was where the first restaurant in Hvar was opened, and tonight we're gonna do an experience. We're gonna have one meat-based experience and another fish-based experience to wrap up this amazing adventure that has been Hvar. I think that I'm forming a really bad habit because whenever I go to restaurants in Hvar, it starts with a welcome drink. That's the hello here, and it's very nice. this is a drink made out of honey, and when you drink it, it's like having a spoon of honey. It's really, really good.
Okay, so this is going to be the amuse-bouche or the Mount-Abuse. Really welcome from the kitchen here. So over here, you're gonna have a tartare made from shrimp inside of that, which is flavored with salt, pepper, olive oil, and a bit of lemon juice. Now, it's gonna be wrapped around in a prosciutto, which is made from smoked swordfish. On top, you're gonna have Granny Smith apple cream and mayonnaise blended with anchovies with a bit of dehydrated tomato powder on the side. Now for you, we're gonna have inside a foie gras paste, which is gonna be wrapped around in a Boscarine beef carpaccio. On top, you're gonna have a rustical Dijon mustard with 3 types of seed, a bit of a cheddar balsamico cream, and some pork fat popcorn around the plate. And so for this stuff, pretty much, grab a piece of bread, mix it all up, and have some fun while you're with it, okay?
Perfect.
There
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy. Then for your soup here, we're going to use 5 different types of dehydrated forest mushrooms. Over here in my hand I have the black Istrian truffle, and since this is a sort of truffle, we're just going to shave you up.
So far, I'm like loving this place. Really, oh my God. Mushroom heaven. What I love about this place is that so far every plate that we have, the ingredient that they are featuring is just front and center.
It's really amazing. This dessert is so beautiful. So pink. Chocolate and fruit. I don't even feel like destroying it as I eat it. It's delicious.
This is the end of our episode from Hvar. We are bringing you the crazy, lively nightlife in front of our hotel because we're about to go to sleep. But if your interest is going to all kinds of parties, this is also the place. It's not our reality, so we cannot show you that, unfortunately. But if you are in that stage of your life, it's the Ibiza and the Mykonos, and it's the Hvar.
It's the Hvar.
The party island. But that's not all it is, right?
Absolutely not. That's just a little part. There is so much more.
Yeah, and we hope that we show you that there's something else for every taste. We'll see you in Puglia, in Italy, after we sleep for a few days, because we've done this episode with 0 sleep. We hope you appreciate. We hope you subscribe, because we work so hard. We don't get paid for this. We love to do this, and we like to bring you value. And if we brought any value for you, please subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing.
See you next time.
So with this, we bid you
good night.